What if there existed a truth so ancient, so forbidden, that even trying to comprehend it could fracture your mind and dissolve your sense of self? This is the story of Hastur, the King in Yellow, a name whispered through the cracks of cosmic horror, a presence that lingers in the spaces between reason and madness. He is not just a creature from the imagination of writers like Lovecraft or Chambers. He is a symbol of decay, obsession, and the dangerous hunger that drives humanity to uncover what should remain hidden. To speak his name is to invite curiosity, and with curiosity comes the risk of ruin. Hastur's myth begins not in the universe of Lovecraft, but earlier, in the 19th century, with the strange story An Inhabitant of Carcosa, written by Ambrose Bierce. In this short tale, a man awakens in a desolate land of gray skies and ancient tombs. He wanders aimlessly through ruins, not realizing until the end that he is dead, and that the city he walks through, Carcosa, is not part of the living world. This vision of a lost city, echoing with the silence of forgotten souls, would plant a seed in literature. Nearly a decade later, Robert W. Chambers took that seed and grew it into something far darker in The King in Yellow, a collection of stories published in 1895. In these tales, there exists a mysterious play, also called The King in Yellow, that destroys the sanity of anyone who reads it. The first act seems harmless, almost poetic. But those who reach the second act begin to see things that defy understanding. They hear whispers no one else can hear. They start to question what is real and what is illusion, until the thin barrier between imagination and existence collapses completely. Chambers never shows the full text of the play, but that is what makes it so powerful. The true horror lies in the unseen, in the suggestion that the most terrifying knowledge is the one we can't put into words. Over time, other writers expanded this myth. Lovecraft connected Hastur to his vast cosmic pantheon, a universe where gods are not divine, but indifferent forces of chaos and decay. To Lovecraft, Hastur was not merely a name, but an idea, a contagion of madness that spreads through art, through thought, through curiosity itself. The play became a symbol of humanity's thirst for forbidden truth, and the devastating price that comes with it. But what is this myth really telling us? The story of Hastur, Carcosa, and the King in Yellow is not just horror for horror's sake. It's a reflection of human nature. We live in a world built on curiosity. It is what pushed us to explore, to invent, to question everything we see. Yet that same curiosity also drives us toward destruction. The myth of Hastur warns us that there are kinds of truth that burn the mind that holds them. Like a moth drawn to a flame, humanity cannot resist the light, even when it consumes us. The cursed play at the heart of this myth is not just a story within a story, it's a mirror. It represents every pursuit of forbidden knowledge in history, the quest for power, immortality, perfection. It is the scientist who plays God, the philosopher who stares too long into the abyss, the soul who cannot stop asking why. The tragedy is not in the seeking, but in the cost. As Nietzsche once warned, if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss gazes also into you. The readers of The King in Yellow begin their journey with fascination, but fascination soon becomes obsession. They start to see patterns where none exist, and meaning in chaos. Reality bends around them. In a psychological sense, this mirrors what happens when the mind confronts something it cannot process: trauma, grief, revelation. Our brains crave order, but when the truth is too large, they twist it, distort it, until it becomes madness. Hastur is that process personified, the breaking of the mind beneath the weight of incomprehensible truth. This leads to one of the darkest lessons hidden in the myth. Not all knowledge leads to wisdom. Some knowledge leads to despair. Humanity often believes that understanding will set us free, that to know is to conquer. But the universe of Hastur reminds us of our limits. In this mythology, the universe is vast, cold, and uncaring. To learn too much about it is to realize how small we truly are. That realization alone can drive a mind to collapse. The city of Carcosa, shrouded in mist on the shores of the Lake of Holly, represents that collapse. Once radiant, now ruined, it is the ghost of a civilization that sought perfection and found madness instead. Every broken tower, every echoing hall, is a reminder that greatness eventually decays. Carcosa is not just a place, it is a state of being. It is the reflection of every empire, every mind that has fallen into ruin after reaching too high. And yet, within this darkness, there is wisdom. The myth of Hastur does not tell us to stop seeking knowledge, but to respect it. Curiosity is sacred, but it must be balanced with humility. The King in Yellow is a warning that the pursuit of truth without wisdom leads to destruction. In life, we all face our own forbidden plays. Moments when we are tempted to chase what we shouldn't. It could be power, revenge, control, or the illusion of knowing everything. But wisdom lies in knowing when to stop, when to look away, when to accept that some mysteries are not ours to solve. Hastur's yellow sign, the cryptic symbol said to summon his presence, reflects another truth. Madness spreads, not through disease but through ideas. In the myth, merely seeing the symbol can infect the mind with obsession. In our world, the same happens with thoughts, negative, destructive, or fearful ones that multiply if left unchecked. The King in Yellow is not just horror fiction. It's a parable about how ideas shape reality. The more we feed the darkness within, the more it takes form around us. The lesson of Hastur can also be seen in modern times, in our endless hunger for secrets, for hidden meanings, for truths behind every mystery. The internet itself can feel like the King in Yellow, a vast, ever-expanding play where we lose ourselves searching for answers that only create more questions. We are all readers of forbidden pages now. The more we look, the more we see, and the more uncertain we become about what's real. But even in this, there is hope. The purpose of such stories is not to frighten us away from truth, but to teach us reverence for it. The true strength of the human spirit lies not in knowing everything, but in facing the unknown without losing ourselves. The King in Yellow invites us to look into the void and then choose not to fall in. Fear, when faced with courage, becomes wisdom. The real victory is not to escape the darkness, but to walk through it with your mind and soul intact. At its core, Hastur's legend is a mirror reflecting the fragility of human identity. Every character who reads the play loses themselves, their name, their memory, their sense of who they are. That's because identity itself depends on stability, on a reality we can trust. When that crumbles, so do we. The mask of the King in Yellow represents this beautifully. We all wear masks to face the world. Some protect us, others imprison us. When the mask becomes the face, when illusion becomes identity, we forget who we are. The challenge is to remove the mask and still endure what lies beneath. And perhaps that's the deepest truth Hastur has to offer. The universe is chaotic, terrifying, and vast beyond comprehension. But the human spirit is built to endure it. The same curiosity that drives us toward madness also drives us toward creation, art, and meaning. The King in Yellow destroys the weak mind, but it also challenges the strong one to grow. In darkness, we find the chance to build light. In despair, we discover purpose. So what should we take from this tale of madness and ruin? First, humility. the understanding that not all truths are meant for us. Second, courage, the will to face the unknown and still move forward. And third, self-awareness, the reminder that knowledge, power, and beauty all have a cost. The key is not to avoid the darkness, but to walk through it with open eyes. The story of Hastur is not just about a cursed play or a monstrous god. It's about us, our eternal dance between curiosity and fear, knowledge and destruction, chaos and meaning. Carcosa is the shadow of every human dream that reached too high, but it's also a testament to our ability to keep dreaming despite it all. So if you dare to seek the truth, do so carefully. Remember that even the brightest minds can fall to the darkness they chase. But if you carry wisdom with your curiosity, you may just find light hidden within the madness. And as the twin sons of Carcosa sink beneath the lake of Hali, as the king in yellow watches from behind his pale mask, remember this: the greatest strength you possess is not in what you know, but in what you can face. If you enjoyed this exploration into the dark and forbidden, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay with us. More tales of shadow, ancient wisdom, and unseen truths are yet to come. Until next time, walk carefully, for not all who wander through the dark return the same.